Your body might seem fine, but beneath the surface, silent killers could already be at work. Face screaming in fear in this powerful session, Dr. Berg DC exposes the hidden diseases that strike without warning until it's too late. From stealthy inflammation to silent organ damage, discover what your doctor might miss and how you can take control before danger hits. Brain, flex the silent attacker's DNA. Hidden diseases that develop quietly inside the body, why they show no symptoms until severe damage occurs. You know, one of the most dangerous things about modern health is how silent it can be. Most people think if they feel fine, they are fine, but that's just not true. There are conditions quietly brewing beneath the surface, slowly damaging vital systems, without sending up any obvious red flags. You might wake up, go to work, have energy, even exercise, and still be developing something serious that you won't detect until years later. That's what makes these diseases so tricky. They don't hurt, they don't shout, they whisper, and most people never learn to listen. Let's take a step back and think about this. Your body is designed to compensate. It adapts, it adjusts, and it keeps you functioning even when things are going wrong inside. The liver, for example, can lose up to 70% of its capacity before you ever feel a thing. The kidneys. You can have significant damage before a single symptom appears. Blood sugar can rise quietly, day after day, while insulin resistance slowly builds, and you won't feel it, not until fatigue, weight gain, or brain fog suddenly show up years later. The truth is, by the time most people notice something's wrong, the condition has already taken root. And that's why understanding your body's early, subtle signs is so critical. Maybe it's cravings you can't control, or you need more coffee just to get through the day. Maybe your sleep isn't as deep as it used to be, or your concentration slips more often. These aren't random quirks, they're quiet messages from your body trying to get your attention. The goal isn't to panic, it's to become aware. Because when you understand that silence doesn't mean safety, you take back your power. You start paying attention, making changes before it's too late. Remember, just because you can't feel it doesn't mean it isn't there. Early warning signs you ignore: police car, light, subtle, everyday clues like fatigue, bloating, or brain fog that might actually signal deep internal problems. Here's something that surprises a lot of people. Your body always gives you clues. It's never completely silent. The problem is, those clues are often so subtle that most people ignore them or write them off as just getting older, just stress, or just tired. But those little things, the small changes you notice in your energy, your digestion, your mood, they're not random. They're the early warning signs your body uses to communicate that something deeper is going on. Think about it. That mid-afternoon crash where you suddenly feel like you need sugar or caffeine, that's not normal. That's your blood sugar trying to tell you it's unstable. Constant bloating or gas after meals. Your gut is struggling with digestion, possibly signaling an imbalance in your microbiome or enzyme function. Even something as simple as waking up stiff or achy every morning might be a sign of hidden inflammation building up inside your joints or tissues. Most people wait until symptoms scream before they act, but by then the body has been whispering for years. The truth is, health problems rarely appear out of nowhere. They evolve quietly. You might notice your skin looking duller, your focus fading, or your mood dipping more often. These are not surface-level issues. They're connected to deeper metabolic and hormonal shifts that need attention. When you start tuning into these small signs, you begin to understand your body in a completely different way. You stop treating it like a machine that only needs attention when it breaks, and instead you start seeing it as a system that constantly communicates, if you're willing to listen. So pay attention to the patterns. Don't dismiss the little things, because those quiet, everyday signals are your body's early alarm system, and the sooner you respond, the more control you have over your health. Listen early, act early, and you'll never have to face the consequences too late. Top 5 Invisible diseases faced with medical mask conditions like insulin resistance, fatty liver, hypertension, kidney disease, and inflammation that often go unnoticed. Let us talk about some of the most common diseases that can live inside your body without giving you any clear signs, the ones that slowly creep in, quietly changing things behind the scenes. These are the real silent threats. And the scary part is that millions of people have them right now and don't even know it. One of the biggest culprits is insulin resistance. This is the stage before diabetes, when your cells stop responding properly to insulin. Your blood sugar might still look normal, but your body is working overtime to keep it that way. Over time, that constant effort burns you out. You'll start storing more fat, craving more carbs, and feeling tired for no obvious reason. Most people ignore those signs, and by the time blood tests finally show high glucose levels, the damage has already been happening for years. Then there's fatty liver disease, one of the most silent of all. You can have a liver packed with fat and feel perfectly fine. No pain, no obvious symptoms, but that fat quietly interferes with detoxification, metabolism, and hormone balance. It can even cause fatigue and brain fog long before it ever shows up in lab results. Another one is high blood pressure, the true silent killer. You don't feel it, you can't sense it, but it's constantly putting pressure on your arteries, your heart, and your brain. It slowly weakens blood vessels, increasing the risk of stroke or heart disease. And let's not forget chronic inflammation and kidney disease, both of which can build for years, causing only vague symptoms like tiredness, swelling, or poor concentration. These conditions quietly drain your health until they finally make themselves known through something serious. That's why awareness is everything. If you know what to look for, you can catch these conditions before they control you. Because the most dangerous diseases aren't the ones that hurt, they're the ones that hide. Don't wait for pain to wake you up. Act while you still have the power to change your future. Why tests don't always tell the truth. Test tube. The shocking reason standard medical tests can miss early stages of these silent killers. Here's something most people never think about. The tests we rely on to tell us if we're healthy can actually give us a false sense of security. You go to the doctor, you get your blood work done, and they say, everything looks fine. But what those tests often measure are surface numbers, not the deeper metabolic issues that build silently over time. You could be developing a serious problem, and your lab results still look normal. Take blood sugar, for example. By the time your glucose levels rise high enough to trigger a red flag, you may have already been insulin resistant for years. The same goes for liver enzymes. You can have significant fat accumulation in your liver, yet your tests still fall within the normal range. Why? Because these tests are designed to detect disease in its later stages, not while it's still developing quietly beneath the radar. Even cholesterol testing can be misleading. You might see a normal total cholesterol level, but the real danger lies in the size and pattern of your LDL particles, something most standard tests never reveal. And when it comes to inflammation, one of the biggest drivers of chronic disease, it often goes completely undetected unless specific markers are checked, and most people never get those done. This is why relying only on numbers can be risky. The body starts to change long before the tests catch up. Energy, mood, sleep, focus, digestion, those daily signs are often far more accurate than a single snapshot from a blood draw. It's your body's way of saying something's off. So instead of waiting for a test to confirm what you already feel, start paying attention now. Because lab results don't define your health, your daily signals do. Don't wait for a number to tell you you're in trouble. Catch the problem before the test ever can. Dr. Berg's preventive power plan flexed biceps nutrition, lifestyle, and simple daily habits to detect, reverse, and conquer these hidden health threats. Now that we understand how these silent diseases develop and why they often go unnoticed, let's talk about what you can actually do to protect yourself. The good news is that you have far more control over your health than you've ever been told. You can prevent and even reverse many of these hidden problems by changing how you eat, how you move, and how you manage your body every single day. The first and most powerful step is stabilizing your blood sugar. Most of these silent issues, from insulin resistance to inflammation, start with unstable blood sugar levels. That means cutting out refined carbs, sugars, and frequent snacking. Instead, focus on nutrient-dense foods, real foods like vegetables, healthy fats, and high-quality proteins. When you do this consistently, your body starts burning fat for fuel, reducing inflammation and improving energy at the same time. Next, let's talk about fasting. Giving your body periods of rest between meals allows it to repair and clean up damaged cells. Intermittent fasting is one of the most effective tools for reducing insulin resistance, supporting the liver, and improving metabolic health, and it doesn't cost a thing. But food alone isn't enough. You also need movement, not endless hours at the gym, but consistent, smart activity. Walking, strength training, stretching, these things keep your blood flowing, improve circulation, and activate your muscles to better utilize glucose. And finally, don't underestimate the power of sleep and stress management. Chronic stress keeps your body in a state of alert, pushing cortisol levels higher and worsening insulin resistance. Deep breathing, time in nature, even a short nap can make a real difference. Your health isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. Every small change you make adds up. You don't need to wait for symptoms or a diagnosis to start. You can start today, right now, by giving your body what it truly needs. Because prevention isn't luck, it's a decision, and that decision starts with you. Take command of your health brain. Fire a motivational closing, empowering viewers to act now, monitor their bodies, and live with awareness, not fear. At the end of the day, it all comes down to one thing: taking command of your health. No one can do that for you. Not your doctor, not a pill, not a test. It's a choice you make every single day to listen, to act, and to take responsibility for what's happening inside your own body. Because your body is not the enemy, it's your best feedback system. It's constantly communicating with you, showing you what's working and what's not. The question is, are you paying attention? Most people live reactively. They wait until something breaks, until the pain shows up, until the diagnosis hits, and only then do they make changes. But that approach is backward. The goal isn't to chase disease, it's to build resilience. When you start focusing on prevention, you stop feeling like a victim of your health and start feeling like the driver of it. That means being consistent with the fundamentals: good nutrition, proper sleep, managing stress, and keeping your body active. It means asking better questions about your own health instead of just accepting normal as good enough. And it means understanding that health is not a destination. It's a relationship you build with your body every day. Once you make that mental shift, everything changes. You stop fearing disease because you're no longer blind to it. You're aware, you're proactive, and you're in control. You recognize that every small decision, what you eat, how you move, how you rest, is a vote for your future self. Taking command of your health doesn't require perfection. It requires awareness. And when awareness turns into consistent action, your body rewards you with energy, clarity, and longevity. Don't wait for a crisis to wake you up. You already have the power. Now it's time to use it. Own your health, protect your future, and start living like it truly matters, because it does. What if the most dangerous thing happening inside your body is something you can't even feel? In this eye-opening video, you'll uncover the truth about the silent diseases quietly stealing your health long before symptoms ever appear. You'll learn how to spot the earliest hidden signs, why standard tests can miss them, and how to take back full control of your well-being with simple, powerful steps. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness, prevention, and empowerment. Don't wait for a warning. Take charge now, because the diseases you can't feel are the ones you can stop.